Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a DIY, and I'm going to be making some homemade garbage disposal refresheners. Now I found this off of Pinterest, and sometimes when I come home in the evenings I notice that there's a smell coming out of the garbage disposal, and that's not pleasant for anybody. So I normally will drop the whole lemons down the garbage disposal, or oranges, whichever citrus fruit that I have at the house that's kind of going bad. And so I went on Pinterest and I thought maybe I can find something that was a little bit stronger or a little bit more deodorizing and antibacterial that would help with germs. And I happened upon this recipe. So a couple things that I have. I've got some Dawn dish soap. I've got some regular salt. I've got some Arm & Hammer baking soda. And I've got 2 lemons and 1 lime. Utensils I have, I've got a fork, I have a knife, I've got a teaspoon and a tablespoon. And then y'all, look at this. I found this at an estate sale. It's a juicer. So I'm going to use this to get the juice out of my lemons, and I think I paid 50 cents, $1 maybe for this, and it's really pretty. And then, in order to make the shapes or the molds, I'm going to use these ice trays that I just got from the Dollar Tree. I've got 2 because I'm actually doubling the batch. And then I have just a container that I got from the Dollar Tree that's airtight that I'm going to sit beside the, on the sink. So whenever I need a tab, it's easily accessible. I also have 1 cup measure and a grater. So to get started with this recipe, I'm doubling the batch. So remember, I'm going to be doing twice as much as you would normally do for a single batch. So I'm going to do 1.5 cups of the baking soda. There's a cup. And that wasn't quite 1 full box. Close. And then a half. So 1.5 cups is right at 1 whole box. So 1.5 cups is right at 1 full box of baking soda, and I just got that from the dollar store. The next thing I'm going to need is a cup of salt. If you're only doing 1 batch, it's a 1/2 cup of salt, but I'm doing a double batch, so I'm going to use 1 cup of salt. I am going to do 1 teaspoon of the dish soap. If you're doing 1 batch, it's a 1/2 teaspoon. And this is the liquid. Any that you have on hand. I actually had a coupon for that one. Then I'm going to take, it says 1 lemon. And I'm just going to sit my grater. This is kind of a mini cheese grater that I got just from, I think I got this at Walmart. And I'm using the small side, and I'm just going to grate the peel, because we do want some of the peel to get into the mixture. This is almost just like zesting this lemon. I've got a lime that's going to go bad, so I'm going to zest that lime as well. And the lemon smells fresh, amazing, citrusy, which I love a lemon citrus smell. And since this is just going down the garbage disposal, I'm just going to zest it pretty pretty good. But I'm getting, if you look, you get a lot of that lemon on the back. And I'm going to zest some of this lime because that one's going bad. And you'll see some of that lemon and lime on the back of that. And then I'm just going to zest this last lemon. And the combination of the lemon and lime smells so amazing. I'm just going to use my teaspoon to just kind of grab off all of what was on the back side. So this is what it looks like. I've got my salt, I've got my baking soda, and then my lemon lime zest, and then my 1 teaspoon of liquid dish soap. I'm going to cut this lemon and this lime. And it says we're going to use about 3 teaspoons of the juice. So because I'm doing 2 batches, I'm going to probably need about 6 teaspoons. And actually what I'm trying to do is make this the consistency of coarse sand. So again, I'm just going to take this lemon just to get all the juice out. And I'm going to do this one. I love this zester. I mean this juicer already. And then the last is my lime. And my lime was pretty much going bad, so I may not get a lot of juice from that one. So there we go. Now, I do have some seeds in here, so I have to be extremely careful. I'm going to start with my tablespoon. And I'm going to start off with 3 tablespoons. Baking soda does do a little bit of fizzing, so add cautiously and carefully. And then I'm just going to take my fork and begin to mix. And I don't want to cause that chemical reaction, but I do want to get a good mix going. So I'm mixing up all of those ingredients. So I'm going to put another tablespoon. This will be my 4th tablespoon. And then I think I'll do just 1 more. And again, add it slow because the chemical or just the citrus is going to make the baking soda want to react and start to fizz and bubble. And we want to just keep that fizz and bubble down as much as we can. So if you begin to just get all underneath there, and if you don't mind getting your hands dirty, you actually could also put your hands in here and just mix it with your hands. If you have like kitchen gloves, you could use kitchen gloves as well. So that is about 5 tablespoons of juice. And again, remember, I'm doing 2 batches, so that's why I use 5. The regular mix just says 3. And then this is what it's kind of gonna look like a little bit. It's just like sand. Just like sand. Now that I have this, and I've got all my salt incorporated, it's kind of a green color, and I think that's because my dish soap was blue. Got all my salt. Salt's the abrasive. The baking soda is the deodorizer. And the lemon juice or the citrus is your freshener. And then you can see bits and pieces of the zest that are in there. I don't know if you can see it, but trust me, it's in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm now going to take my mold, which I just have a regular Dollar Tree ice cube tray, and I'm just going to lay this mixture into the ice cube tray. And I'm going to pack it down pretty good because I want to make these little molds. And I'm simply just going to wait for this to dry out. And once it dries out, I'm going to pop it out onto a piece of parchment paper and then into the container to seal it. So I'm just taking this and I'm using the back of my spoon to smooth it out and get in all the crannies and the crevices, because you want to do it a tight pack. That way it seals really well. And if there's any run over, you can always get that off. And this will pop out just like ice when it's dry. So we're going to leave it to dry a couple hours. So this is what it looks like in your tray. This will dry for a couple hours and then it'll pop out, and we'll put them in our tin. Okay everybody, welcome back. So here are dish disposal, the garbage disposal tabs that I made yesterday, and I let them dry overnight. I dumped them out of the mold so that they could dry overnight. They still have a real crumbly consistency, but you can see all the little bits of orange and let's see if it'll focus. You can see a lot of bits of orange and lime pieces in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lay them into my airtight container. I just got this from the Dollar Tree. But what I decided you could do is, if for some reason your tabs did not stay together, what you could do is just make this mixture. See, like one just fell apart in my hand. And you could just spoon this into your into your garbage disposal. It doesn't have to stay in this tab form. It's great if it does, but if for some reason it does not, all you have to do is just use a spoon. And there you have it. So I'm going to set this on my sink. They're all made. And I'm going to keep my disposal nice and fresh. And I'll just pull out what I need when I need it. But for less than $2, I've got tabs for a couple of days. So anyway, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for stopping by, and until the next time we do a DIY, bye.